Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with module debugs and test, under which we are learning black box theory, white box theory and grey box theory. First of all, we will learn module debugs and test. In the previous lecture, we have studied ego-less design and design reviews. Ego-less design is nothing but a combined design by a internal designers, and once its design progresses, the previous design is reviewed by external agencies. Under design reviews, the problems are noted and it is given for further inspection so that designers can take corrective action. In the same way, during module debugs and test, let us consider example of a software designing. If software is too huge, it is divided into small portions. Once one portion is ready, then it should be given for a testing, that is called debugging. As the design moves along the development cycle, the first prototype or first software which is readily available in the laboratory for testing is debugged. If that software is correct and functional, then next development stage is started. Otherwise, what bugs are available? Debugging means testing of the software for the bugs. Once it is tested and found a bug, then that bug should be reduced or it should be corrected at that stage only. If that bug, if it is not tested, what will happen? It will be percolated or transferred to second module, second software module, second division module, and your second division module or second software will also not function properly. It is dependent upon one another. So your second software, second module, suppose I am a manager, I have divided my team into 4 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. Part 1 is preparing their own software. As once part 1 is ready, I will test it for debug. No doubt, I will also appoint external agency to test part 1 for debugging. At every stage they will check that debugging before completion of, at the same time, part 2 design is in progress. Part 2 design is in progress and part 1's output came out. Part 1's output is correct, then it is not affecting design process of part 2. But if there is certain bug in the part 1, then ultimately that design will not be correct and it is going to reflect on design of part 2. The same bug will be transferred to part 2 and which should be avoided, so that there should be corrective action while designing part 1 also. So simultaneously, while going to part 2, part 3 and part 4, we should have part 1 testing or debugging plan, part 2 testing debugging plan, and simultaneously we have a development cycle plan also. So this is what module debugs and test. I will read it. Whatever I have told, I will read it. As the design moves along the development cycle, the first prototypes of each and every individual modules are built and ready for smoke test. Second point, during this phase of debugging, the goal is to identify all of the different kinds of errors and faults that might have occurred in the development of a new and no defined circuit, software module or system. On both sides, that is software and hardware, we have design error that have escaped earlier analysis, modeling and reviews. On hardware side, the implementation issues such as wiring errors, which often leads to struck at different types of fault and incorrect or incorrectly installed parts or devices or components that have occurred during the prototype build. There are three types of debugging and testing modules. One is black box test, another one is white box test, and last one is grey box test. Let us understand a black box test. Black box test means what? See, in a figure 2.16.1, a black box system is available. If you are a testing laboratory, then there may be a external engine that will come to your desk for the testing. You may not get all parameters for the testing. Government normally has such type of testing which test input, which gives input to the system, to the engine, and who takes directly the output. Input 1, in what data is available to you, only company which is going to test their engine on the government desk or government laboratory, what they will do, they will provide you data in the table given. Data, what they will provide, suppose you got black box in this format 2.16.1, and you got this table in 1, in 2 and out 1. If in 1 is 0 and in 2 is 0, out is 0, and at all in 1 and in 2 your out is 0. If this is the case, then only you have to check what is output when input is applied in the same way. Company may not disclose their data and so they will not provide information at each and every stage to the laboratory. So this is called a black box test. That means laboratory will only provide input to the system and they will check output of the system, that's all. This is called a black box theory. A white box test, as shown in figure 2.16.2, white box view is there. That means you are well aware with the internal structure of the circuit, internal structure of the engine, and what should be there at what step, that you know, that you are well aware, well acquainted, and hence if it is, say, AND gate is there, you know that output of AND gate is output of AND gate is 1 when all inputs are 1. So this is a internal structure that you know, and that's why you will check by applying input 1 and input 2 to the AND gate that what is the output. If it is 1 at the output side, you will say that this system is correctly working. This is called a white box test. And on the same basis, if you get particular engine for testing on your laboratory desk, what you will do? You will apply input to each and every stage and you will find out output at each and every stage. At the same time, you will find that there is a fault at this stage. But in a black box, you cannot find out fault at each and every stage. There you either you say this engine is working properly, or you can say this engine is not working properly. While in a white box test, you will find out where is the fault and what is the design fault, so that you can directly intimate to the design team. This is what a white box test is. Grey box test means mixture of black box test and white box test. That means you are well familiar with the internal design of the system or internal design of the project, and at the same time you are well familiar with the what will be the output of the system. That means after completing your white box test at each and every step of a circuit and overall circuit as a whole system, you design a system, you give a input and you take output of the system, is nothing but a grey box test. There will be a question like write a short note on white box test, grey box test and black box test in a question paper. We will stop here today. Tomorrow we will see next part. Unit number 2 is finished with this particular point. We will start with unit number 3 in the next lecture. Thank you very much.